Yeah. I'm gonna do another take. Yeah.
You want to save it?
Okay. Edit it. Okay. Okay, go ahead. That's fine. Whatever y'all want. I want to make sure I said it right. No, it's fine. IG, Mo. Big bro, man. Always supported me.
It's the righteous vigilante Jamon Creek, and you're tuning in to Minds Wide Open. Hey, yo, check it out. This is Namestream, never mainstream. You're tuning in to Minds Wide Open Media.
Shout out to the Florida Vibe Directory. You're now listening to the best playlist in South Florida.
And welcome back, everybody. This is the Florida Vibe Directory. On today's episode, we got LaniLeveled in the building. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic, brother.
Yeah.
So, so that people know, what do you do right now in the music industry?
I produce for several artists, up and coming, as well as a couple of industry artists as well.
Nice. And have you always been a producer your whole life, or did you kind of dip your toes into some like being just an artist rapping first?
No, I never really wanted to do that. I mean, I just felt like I just was drawn to the production side of things. Like I preach. Stuff. So it came natural to me. Music, I was always the kid that everybody needed help with. I was always the guy that was like, just music in general. Like everybody would come to me to like, what's the new songs, what's the new artists to watch out for. I always had that ear. So my peers around me definitely like guided me in the right direction to like, you should definitely pursue that, And then I just like wanted to tackle it myself, I guess.
I love that, man. And do you feel like growing up in New York helped turn you into the person you are today?
Definitely it did. It definitely did, just everyday life, just like walking to school, just hearing, just like a lot of, just always walking to school and it's like, all right, like growing up, I would have my MP3 player. Yeah. And like I just be listening to music, just, carrying my, like just linking up with friends, going about my day. And I don't know, I feel like just hearing so much noise and, just so much, it could be
any kind of music going.
Just music going, it's just everything, like just people talking, just a lot going on. So I kind of like to use that within my beats as well, just like atmospheric vibes, or just like, I have very good like ears, I could say, just like, I just hear like the littlest things. So like, even like listening to music, I listen to music differently. Yeah. So it's like, a lot of people, they don't really listen to like the background vocals or like the little hi-hats that have the reverb set to like 30%, just little shit like that. Like I like pay attention to, and I don't know. People around me, they start listening to music differently because of me, I guess.
Word.
Because I look at music through a different lens that a lot of people don't really like usually look at.
So you pick up on subtleties that some other people don't. Yeah. And when it comes to the type of beats you produce, the music you like to create, is it mostly centered around rap?
Yeah, definitely. But I definitely like R&B, getting the R&B side. Okay. A lot of the artists I work with is like melodic rap though. So it's like I have elements to where like my production is, the melodies may be more R&B based. So you can kind of get that emotional connection, if you will. And like the drums are like trap drums, or nowadays like the drill wave. So like I'll mix like R&B like melody with like drill drums, and like it would sound crazy, and I like the element of just like the hybrid of music, how it is today. Like everybody's mixing like the melodies with the rap flows, and you get different pockets and stuff that way. But I appreciate like good just good like sounding music outside of just hip hop. Like I try to listen to other stuff, but anything other than country, I listen to, but I can't do the country.
Everybody got a hate for country in some way.
Can't do it. But
so you really go for these infusions of genres, right? Yeah. You like to do like maybe some R&B with some of that drill or some of that hip hop, traditional, and then just see what happens when you mix the two.
Yeah. Nice. I got that from, I would say, like studying like Kanye.
Okay.
He taught. I feel like. I say he, like he actually, but yeah, he taught me like just from like listening, just like don't be scared to like explore, and tap into different things. And I guess I learned that from other producers too, like Timbaland. Like no one put him in a box, he went from like working with Missy Elliott to like Justin Timberlake. So it's like different soundscapes. You gotta just expand your bag and different elements you could add to each other. Like recently, I just got into like studying like pop music and. Like dance melodies.
What made you want to go in that direction?
I mean, Jersey club music is very close to what you can call like, I guess, like dance music.
Okay.
So it's like I was always interested in that because the parties out there be lit. So
definitely.
And just like when I be in the club or like hookah lounges, things like that, I always listen to like, all right, what is it that's gonna get people off their feet outside of just like hip hop? Like I get into reggae, like all that Afro beats, you know, just a different thing because I try to be ahead of the curve. Think about what's going to be the future, not just what the now is. You know?
Yeah. So you're thinking multiple steps ahead.
Yeah,
just thinking to what's new right now, what's catching a wave. You know?
Yeah, because everything has its time. So it's just like, all right, I'm down for what's going on now. I love where music is at right now, but it's just like it's not always gonna be like that for right now. You know, everything has its time. So I definitely like to be ahead of the curve and just think like, all right, what's gonna be the next thing? And then if I'm already on it, you know, I could be like probably one of the pioneers of that style or, you know, that wave or whatever. But I definitely like with me, I don't like to just take waves. Like I like to actually study the music and, you know, do the history. Like I don't want to just do it because it's cool.
So would you say that's also a big reason why people like working with you? Like you bring this new flavor and this new style it's more you?
Yeah, but also I just make them, I like to make the artists feel comfortable. Like I want them to feel okay with like trying, you know, if you can't be comfortable in the studio recording, you feel like you're embarrassed to try new things, then the people in the room that you have shouldn't be there. I feel like you should be the most comfortable you can be. I feel like in the studio you can be anybody. You can do anything you want. It's like it's no error, it's no flaws. It's like a church, you know.
Facts.
So I feel like for me to project that negative energy on you is gonna just affect the record. And we're all about just trying to make the best record possible. No egos, no nothing. Like some producers I know, like they'll like have egos and like they'll be like, oh yeah, like an artist is like, all right, like do you mind we could take the drums out here so I can like extend it so I can sing a little longer? And then they'll be like, no, like I produce, like you stick to singing or whatever. But like me, it's like it's different. At the end of the day, I want to make the best record possible. So if that means like, you know, all right, cool. Like you want the drums out, you want the hi-hats, a different hi-hat, you want the claps different from the snares. So we're gonna do whatever it takes to make the best record. You know, at the end of the day, the technicalities of like the ego and things of that sort is just like, what is that really gonna do?
So how important is connecting on an energetic level with these artists to you?
Pretty much every artist I work with that's like in-house, it's personal. Like I have personal relationships with them, whether I grew up with them back home, whether I grew with them out here, you know, just from like working with them or whatever. We go out, we play ball, or we, you know, just conversate. You know, I like to get to know the artists, like they're going through problems. I want them to feel like it's a safe place. You know, I'm not just here just to make beats for you. I want you to actually like feel like, you know, you can enjoy like having a conversation with me. You feel me? And I feel like that's gonna make the better music because sonically, like we're on the same playing field outside the music. So when we do create the music, we already know like. I already know what you like. Yeah. I can send you a beat pack and be like, all right, like I know she's gonna fuck with all these. I know he's gonna fuck with all these. And it's like I got throw a couple curveballs in there that I know like may not necessarily be your style or your bag, but like music's about like growing. So I feel like sometimes too, like everybody gets caught into just sticking to one style, one sound, and it's like, yeah, it's good, but it's like sometimes, like I don't know. I feel like for the consumers, it's tough to please them because it's like they want you not to change, and then they're like, all right, the sound is like we heard this 2 albums ago, we heard this, like we want something new. Then you change, and it's like, all right, you forgot about your old self. So it's like you can't really win, but just I feel like sometimes it's okay to hit them with like a left hook and like be like, you know, damn, I wasn't expecting that from him or her, and like it sounds fire.
Shock them.
Yeah.
Really shock them with the new sound.
So when I make beats, I always throw in like artists will tell you like I always throw in a curveball.
So would you say you play a big role in helping pushing artists to the new limits? Yeah,
I feel like that's also part of production. People just feel like beats are the main aspect. I feel like that's just partially an aspect of being a producer. I'm very hands-on. I always allow everybody to have their creative process as well, but it's like I'm not scared to like, you know, give my say. I'm gonna give my say so on like how I feel the direction of the record's going, or you know the potential in something. Like I won't be scared to be like, you know what, like even though it was a good tag, I'd be like, no, you could do it better. Like let's do it again. You feel me? Like I want to push them. I'm not no yes man. I'm not gonna just be like, oh yeah, like that's cool. Like we'll just keep it pushing. Like, you know, there's a difference between producers and beat makers. You know, a lot of people feel like that they're the same. They're not. It's different. Like I could just make you beats and don't know your sound and just like, all right, you could be an R&B artist. I've never heard your stuff before. I make trap beats. I send you trap beats. What's that gonna do for you?
Yeah,
you know, like producers, they're gonna actually, all right, you're an R&B artist. All right, I'm gonna study your catalog. Let me see what I can add to it. You know.
So those are the attributes you think it would make that separates a phenomenal producer from a run-of-the-mill producer.
A beat maker from a producer.
Yeah, beat maker from
more
a producer.
of a beat maker from a producer.
Yeah, you know. I feel like everybody's different though, you know. It's nothing wrong with being just a beat maker, you know. At the end of the day, I feel like it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
It's needed, you know. At the end of the day, as a community, we're the same.
Now, when it comes to working with new artists, what does that process look like to you? Like, would you accept anyone who comes up to you and be like, "I just want to work," or what does that look like?
Nowadays, it's definitely more than just that. I gotta like believe in you. I gotta see the potential. I'm definitely I very, very rarely like just like no, you know. But usually, how I find artists or how I work with artists is just like you know, I just gotta believe in them. I gotta see something that I can bring to the table, like, or like they're doing something different. I'm like, and it intrigues me. I'm like, damn, like I want to try that. I want to see what I can add to that, you know.
Yeah.
And like just like how my production helps them, they help me. You know, they push me to levels where it's like, all right, like, you know, if they work with somebody else, you know, and it's like, I'm like, damn, that shit sounds fire. Like, you know, I'd be like, no, I gotta be on my A game, you know, because it's not like, you can never be too comfortable. I'm never comfortable. So it's like, I come from humble beginnings, you know. I remember times where like, nobody wanted to like hear my beats and, you know, so it's like, that always stayed with me, you know.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, any artist, you know, that hits me up, damn near I work with, you know, but just like, you gotta believe in yourself. You know, I can't be the main factor of like believing in you before you believe in yourself. But sometimes artists need that though.
Yeah.
But that can't be the end all be all. Like I can't want this shit more than you. You know, because I'm doing this 24/7.
Yeah. So that would be taking on a lot more than what you would have even expected.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense. And when it comes to, you said you come from humble beginnings. Tell me more about that.
Okay, so I went to PS5. Like this is like back in like elementary, middle school.
Word.
And I did music theory back in like 4th, 5th grade. I got into that, and it was like a mandatory class we had to take. And I want to say I'm the smartest kid, but like I'm alright, you feel me? But it's like when it came to music, like the smartest people in the classes were coming to me for help, and I'm like, it just baffled me, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, all right, like, and then like when songs would drop, during that time, it was like, I think like Drake was just coming out, and I was like a big like, that's when I was heavy on like to Kanye, because I love like the mixture of like the hybrid of music, you know, like the singing and the rapping element. I was a big fan of 50. So I like that, like melody and rapping ability, Ja Rule and all them, T-Pain. And when Drake came out, I was just like, nah, like he's gonna be the biggest thing. Like I said this back, like anybody can quote me on this, like they went to school with me. I said this, and like during that time, like Wayne was the biggest, and like Eminem, and like everybody was like, nah, he's not gonna surpass them or whatever. But like long story short, I always had a good ear for it. And then about like 7th grade, I got into like, I didn't know like you can make beats. Like I saw like that was like a special type of person in the studio. They would call up, and I didn't know you could do that shit. So one of my friends had an app on his phone at the time, and he was like, yo, you can like make beats on here or whatever. So like I'll make beats like in between classes and stuff, like at lunch, and they would freestyle on it, and it was decent, but like it was just casual for me.
Yeah.
You know, I played drums in middle school too, in elementary school. And like elementary, it was kind of cool to do it, you know, because like drumline and stuff like that. So it was kind of cool, like people liked that. But like as people got older and you can start doing sports, no one was really like jacking like music like that. So
right.
I stayed true to it because I loved it. I was always the type of person like, if I like it, I'm gonna stick with it. I'm not gonna just do it because the crowd's not doing it, you know?
Yeah, ride your own wave.
Yeah, so like after a while, I was just doing it, and then everybody was like, no, like you actually got like a style for it. And New York people, like, they can attest to you, like they're gonna tell you the real, like, you know, if you don't got it, they're gonna be like, yo, like give that up, like it's clip, it's a dub. And like a lot of my friends, they were like brutally honest like that, and they was just always like, yo, like you need to keep doing the music, like you need to keep doing the music, bro. And I was just like, I mean, you sure? Like, and then like I got into like actually learning about software, got into FL Studio, and then just started like building, you know. studying music. I was listening to music more than I probably did anything during the day.
Yeah.
So it's like that wasn't a problem for me, and it wasn't like anybody was forcing me to do it. I didn't feel like homework. It didn't feel like nothing. Like I was just like I love doing it. I wasn't bored with it, and now I'm here, I guess.
Gotcha. And do you still produce at FL Studio?
Yeah.
Nice.
Bread
you
and
stuck
butter.
with it.
Yeah, it's my baby right there. Yeah.
Very cool, man.
Yeah.
So all of this began with New York, going to school, learning music theory, you know, music being a very integral part of your life, it sounds like, you know, right from the get-go.
Yeah.
And where do you see this evolving to?
Eventually, well, rather soon, hopefully, God willing, I can make this like a full-on career, you know, and produce for big names as well as the names I work on now. But this is my thing, though, like, I don't mind producing for big names. I produce for some well-known names as well. But I feel like the main goal of like, I feel like the main goal when it comes to music is like finding those big names before they become big names. You know, finding those producers before they become like household names. And I strive myself on that nowadays because the artists I work with, I feel like they can all become like that caliber of like industry artists, you know, A-list artists and things of that sort. So it's cool. Like, yeah, you can say you got a song with Jay-Z or Drake, but it's like, all right, they're gonna sell those numbers regardless. Like, say that you know helped grow an artist from nothing to something. You know, not saying you're gonna take credit away from them because they did what they did, but like, I feel like you get more respect that way from the greats, and that's what I want to do.
I see.
You know?
Build people up.
Yeah, you know, that's what it's about.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a very intelligent approach to go about it. You know, like because you're actually putting in a lot of effort and you're growing with that person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
You know, when you stick to it.
Yeah.
So when it comes to producing with people, have you ever had like some horror stories? Like you ever got someone in the booth that you're like, bro, you're helpless. I just can't.
Yeah. I've had some crazy stories, but like because I come from humble beginnings, like I was terrible at there's times where like I listen to old beats and I'm like, it's just cringing. But like I feel like it's all part of the process, and like it's always good to just tell them the real and not lead them on like, oh yeah, you're doing great. Like you gotta just tell them the real, and it's about what they do with that information. You know, if you want it that bad, you're gonna make a way. If you don't got no thick skin, it's just not meant for you, man.
Yeah.
Like if you worry about me, wait until like you drop a song and 50,000 comments are gonna just be like
coming for your head.
This ain't it.
Yep.
You know, I feel like New York helped me a part of that too. Have thick skin at a young age. So
Yeah.
like, and another thing with me, I don't get too high, I don't get too low. So it's like, I don't get my hopes up, and I just don't like. So if things don't work out, it's not really that detrimental to me. You know, but I don't know. It's just I feel like when it comes to that, I lost where I was going. You said about studio stories, right?
Yep.
All right, so boom. So there was a situation I had. It was like a while back though. Nothing recent, so nobody comes for me. It was nothing recent. All right, so boom. It was an artist and just egos. Like they really just be egos, and it's like, all right, like I understand, I get it. Like you got a little buzz, it's cool, I get it. But it's like you still ain't make it at your mom's crib. I ain't make it at my mom's crib. Like we're still working on stuff. You know, it's like I don't understand. And it's like, you know, I get it. Like we're all about exploring and experimenting, things of that sort. But it's just like I'm giving you constructive criticism because I care about the record. I care about like I'd rather I be the only one that tell you, all right, like this is not it. Let's just start from the ground up and work on it. Then I okay it, let you put it out, and then it's like they destroy you on SoundCloud or wherever you're putting it out on. And then now it's just like, all right, this artist doesn't put out quality. Like it's hard to come back from things like that. You know, especially if you're an artist that like, all right, boom, like you're still trying to figure out the mixing. And you have songs that have quality, then you have songs that like it's not consistent. You know, so I don't want no artist to go through that. Excuse me. So I feel like it's just an ego thing. Like not necessarily someone's like sonically bad, but it's just like everybody needs work. Nobody's perfect.
True that.
You know, I see the good in everybody that comes to the studio. Some people just need to understand, like, all right, there's other ways you could do music, but this artist is just not for you. You know, a lot of people don't realize that everybody wants to be rappers. Everybody thinks like they can rap and things of that sort. The industry doesn't make it any better because everybody's blowing up off of dumb shit. So, but at the end of the day, I feel like you gotta just really put in the work. You know, it's not gonna happen overnight. Good things happen over time, not overnight. So, I feel like people get so lost into like the end goal.
Yeah.
Like that they forget about the process, the journey.
And when it comes to an artist, right? If you had to give a piece of advice for how they can be ready to work with a talented producer, you know, what piece of advice could you give to an artist so that work relationship could be a lot easier?
Going there with an open mind. Don't take everything in consideration that like the producer's against you or trying to bash you or trying to play with like your skill set or you know whatever you're trying to bring. Like his job is to help. You know, some producers are different from others. Some engineers are different from others. Some engineers is like, all right, I'm getting paid regardless. I'm just gonna record you. I'm not gonna sing much. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. If you want auto-tune, okay, cool, boom. Now, if you're uneducated on the certain level of auto-tune you need, that's on you. Or like if you feel like auto-tune's gonna make you sing like Mariah Carey, you have another thing coming. Like you have to stay in key. There's certain things that people don't understand.
Yeah.
You know, you just do your homework at the end of the day. Then you got producers like me that like I'm more hands-on. I'm not gonna like anything that's attached to my name, I'm not gonna make it bad. Like I value that. So I'm gonna just be like, listen, you gotta let's take like a little 10-15 minute break. We'll come back. Things like that sort, but it's just like sometimes they just get too big-headed, and it's like, why are you big-headed? I'm not even big-headed, you know. So it's like we haven't accomplished anything.
So don't come in there with walls. Really be open to advice.
Yeah, be open to advice. Be open to just criticism. Don't take things personal. That's really the biggest thing, and just come there with an open mindset of like, all right, we're here. We're all here. Doing like we all want the same outcome at the end of the day.
Yep.
Like we just want a good song, a good record, a good session, and it's just like. You shouldn't be fighting me. I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
You know, that's really it. But
and how has your experience been working in the Florida scene?
Okay, so
little pause there.
No, I mean the artists that I work with, like they're amazing. You know, shout out to MDS Isaiah, MDS Fredo, Yaya, Issa that I just dropped a song with today as well. Belly Savage. There's a couple of artists I work with out here, and they're all amazing. You know, we all have different relationships, of course, different sounds, and just different ways of how we decide to record. Some people I may have to be less on in the sense of like are like aggressive. You know,
okay.
Some people need me to be on them to be like, all right, like we gotta record. Come on, like. Yep, you're playing too much. You feel me? Some people, I just need to be like, all right, I'll make my pack of beats. I'll send it to you. You're going to get them done. Whenever you get them done, I know they're going to be amazing. So I'm not going to rush your process. Right. Everybody has a different way that they create. So sometimes I just respect that. If it works out and it comes out the way that we all like it to come out to be, then I'm not going to fight it. But everybody's different. I mean, the artists I do work with out here, they don't sound like Florida artists.
Word.
That's the crazy thing.
Do you think that's because you've attracted more of a New York sound towards you, or just because they're not just that type of artist?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I feel like a lot of artists that, like, for me, just like being in the scene, a lot of artists try to sound like Kodak, or like YNW Melly, or like if you're a female, like the City Girls.
Yeah.
But it's just like, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just, I feel like they can inspire you. They can like, yeah, they can inspire you, but like, it's no point for you to be a clone. Cause like when labels start coming to the door, they don't want to sign you to be a Kodak clone. They want to sign you to be your own original. Yeah. So it's like, they want to feature with Kodak, they'll go get Kodak. They don't want a Kodak sound alike. But a lot of people don't get that. And I feel like that's all about, that's a process though everybody goes through. Because even for producing for me, like that happened to me a lot. Like I feel like, and then now you're there, you're in the industry now where it's like, all right, I have the fans, I have what I need. Damn, now I need to find identity. Like I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. And then now you hear things about people falling off or just like, you know.
I think it's an easy way of building like a music midlife crisis right away.
Yeah, I feel like people just don't realize like the main thing about all this is just building a foundation. Like you need that foundation people are so worried about, oh, I need to blow up, I need that hit. But it's like, all right, when that hit dies down, what are you gonna fall back on? You have no catalog of music where like people can go back and be like, oh yeah, I understand why now like he blew up, like he deserved to blow up.
Gotcha.
You know, so it's like you have a song, it goes crazy, it blows up. You just ride that wave until the wheels, the rims, everything fall off, right? Now it's like, all right, you didn't take advantage. Like, all right, let me start cooking up other songs too, so I have other things in the chamber. Like, you got too comfortable, and now the wave's over, and they're looking for the next thing, and it's like, what are you gonna make? Other songs that sound like that song? And it's just like, it just looks bad.
So when you do get an artist who has talent but is riding that wave, what can you do as a producer to help them maybe shape their path in a more successful way?
Okay. Honestly, I just I let them do them to a certain extent, but I also try to just be hands on as much as possible. Some artists, like, they don't like to be babied, and you know, at the end of the day, we're all grown, so I'm not gonna like I'm not trying to like baby nobody, but
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like the fact that my name's involved in it, I have like an obligation to where I don't want it to go bad.
Yeah.
You know? And even for them too, like a lot of these people that I work with out here in New York and other cities, like I look at however they create their music, I look at it like it's me also recording those songs, because it's like my name's attached to it, your name's attached to it, so I don't want to make no trash ass beat. I don't want no trash ass song from you. So it's like we both have to hold ourselves accountable to certain situations. We have to like, what's the word, like
You gotta hold yourself accountable. I think you hit it right on the head.
Yeah, like we just gotta hold ourselves accountable and just realize that like we're in this together. And you know, if we have that, if we put all our egos aside, like everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be all right. You know.
Now, you mentioned labels earlier. Have you had experiences with labels so far? Like, how has that been for you?
No, kind of. Kind of. I had situations like, yeah, I had like small situations. Because like I produce for like a couple of major artists, like they'll reach out and a lot of clearances and just little stuff that like I didn't realize really was a part of the industry, like or just music in general, because like, you know, I never even thought like I'd be in those type of environments, let alone that soon. So like you'll have a beat and then they'll be like, all right, the artist likes it, you know, he hops on it, you're hyped, you know, but it's like, well, I'll say that the average person is hyped. Me, I'm just like, all right, he recorded it. That doesn't really mean anything because it's not out yet.
There's a lot more.
It's a lot more.
Yeah.
So I just like, all right, cool. Like he recorded it, cool. And then like the label probably hit you up and be like, all right, we need the stems, we need this, we need that. Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, like, all right. And then like I'll have to reach out to them if like funds ain't come in or something like that, you know? But it's just, I don't know.
So
labels,
as a producer, how can you prepare yourself for success or something like that, right? Because I feel like a lot of people go into this kind of blind.
Yeah.
And the music industry could be very like a shark kind of world. Like they're just waiting for you to be ignorant and then take advantage.
And
so,
that's the thing too, like the ignorance part of it, you can't fault them for your ignorance. You know, you gotta educate yourself. Like people are just so focused on studying, all right, Metro's 808 patterns, or like, you know, like just things along the music side, but like the business side is just important. And I'm still learning myself, but it's just like, what's the point of you making these fire beats and it's like they're taking advantage of you on the business end and you're not making no money.
Facts. If you're not making money, you're not going to be going anywhere with it.
Yeah.
So you got to figure out a way to make
yeah, and it's
bread.
like sometimes too, it's like, it's just a learning curve. Sometimes there may be opportunities where it's like, all right, boom, like I'll just take one on the chin. And like, all right, cool, I mean, I get no funds from this one. But it's just like, maybe that will help me get in the doors where I can have more opportunity to work with that artist or things of that sort. Like, but
is that where you kind of got to know how to pick your battles?
Yeah, like sometimes it was like undeniable. Like, all right, like this song is gonna go out of this planet. Like, then it's like
it's gonna pop.
Excuse me, you have to fight for that. You know, certain things you have to fight for, but it's like you said, these labels are sharks. They let alone don't care about artists, let alone producers. Yeah. Producers are just starting to get their flowers now. There's producers now that are like signing artist deals, you know, like they view producers like artists now. Marketability wise, you know, just being in front of the camera. Producers are actually putting out singles now, like they're artists. So it's like the games is changing, but at the same time, it's changing for those that are established. Like the ones that are up and coming, they still have to, you know, it's an uphill battle.
I see.
Yeah.
So you said you want to do this full time, as a producer. What steps do you feel like you need to take? Like, what do you envision your roadmap looks like to get to that point?
Okay, so I'm gonna give some producers some game. Yeah. All right, so like if you want to like work with an industry artist or whatever, don't just attack the person head on. Like, don't just hit up the artist and be like, yo, like, I make beats. What's your email? Yeah. Like, that could work sometimes, but like you're shooting in the dark.
Right.
Look around. Look at the people he's around. Road manager. He may have some artists under him that need beats. They may not be of the caliber of him, but like you need to get in those rooms in another way. If you're producing all your stuff, all his artists' stuff, he's gonna hear it. Mm-hmm. Or who's making your beats? Then he's gonna probably get on a feature with his artist. That's one way. Or like he has a road manager. He has someone that's a part of his team or whatever. Reach out to them. Yo, I'm not sure if you have any beats or whatever, but you know, I'm on standby if you need anything. Don't just hit the artist direct on, because you're just like, he's not even ignoring you. Like, he just doesn't see it. Yeah. You know? So it's like you gotta try different ways. For me, it was that I would or like going on lives and like being able to like get opportunities where I'm on the live and I can showcase beats, but it's like that's still shooting in the dark too. You don't know. So like the best way is just figuring out who's around them, their team, and trying to get in that way, you know. Collaborate with some of their producers that's already on their team, you know. Try to make some loops for them, or just like, oh yeah, show love to their page. Yo, I fuck with your sound. I fuck with what you're bringing to the table. Maybe we should work, bro. We should collab or something like that. Like, go ease into it. Don't go so sudden like that. But like, you know, I would say that's like the best way to do that. Or like in New York, it was easy for me to do certain things because a lot of people that I knew people like within their camp. So it's like they would just lock me in with them, or like. Female friends is the best because like, you know, artists like girls, so it's like
girls are connected.
Girls are the best promotion. It's no ego. It's no like what's in it for me. It's no it's really just no ego. Like, it's no ego, it's no competition. It's just like, all right, I just want, and if it's genuine too, like if she actually cares, like they're gonna do the best they can, like, and they're actually gonna listen. Like, I had a lot of times, a lot of people I've met, a lot of people I was able to work with because of like female friends and things of that sort.
So really sticking to your network sounds like is the key here.
Yeah.
You know, for success. Or getting into an artist's network in some way would be the best way of actually inserting yourself in those situations. Yeah. That's incredible, man. That's a really smart tactic and idea.
Yeah, it's definitely useful. I mean, because I feel like a lot of producers, they just like, not all the time artists are going to have their email in their bio or things like that sort. Like, they may have their management for bookings, but it's just like, if you want to book them for a show or something like that, very rarely they're going to check it for beats. So it's like, if I can, all right, and if you find their email, the chances of you're not the only one that has his email.
Yep.
You're like 50 other producers.
Yep.
So you're still shooting in the dark. It's just, you're shooting it like, I look at it like basketball. It's like, by you DMing him, is like, all right, you're shooting full court shot. Now you're shooting half court. Now you're like, layup is easy. It's just like, all right, like you're connected with someone that's their right hand man that they trust. If he vouches for you, it's nothing else. Like,
you're in.
You're in there.
You're in there. Yeah.
Man, you're not just in there because of the main artist. His team fucks with you. Like, his right hand is like, yo, nah, he's tough. Like, and he's genuine. And I got some, you know, you chopped up when you check on him from time to time. You hope all is well. Anytime like the artist puts out a project, like, fire emoji at the person. Like, you know, yo, this is tough. Like, don't make it about you. Don't make it like, yo, like, I'm just trying to just get an opportunity. Like, be genuine. Like, you know, if you're not going to be genuine, they can see through all that.
So being mad authentic.
Yeah.
Be authentic, try to get in that network.
And understand it's not going to happen overnight. Just like anything, like, you're going to have to, like, you know, you get in those rooms, you may be in those rooms, but may not have opportunity to play beats yet. There's been times I'm in a lot of rooms and I'm not able to play beats. I'm just in the rooms like hearing everybody play their beats and I'm waiting. It's like, but you have to stay ready, so you never have to get ready. You know, that's the main thing. Like you gotta just always be ready, because all it takes is one person be like, oh man, my laptop crashed. Oh, I forgot my
USB or some shit.
My USB, or I don't got my charger. Yo, you come here. You got beats? They love producers. People love producers. So it's like, all right, just have to be on standby. You have to be ready. I see people lose opportunities because they're just like, they're in the session and they're sleeping, or like they're just not thinking. They're worried about posting, looking like they're doing something, but they're really not doing nothing. Like they're doing this, act like they're doing that, but in reality, they're nowhere.
Nothing is moving the needle for them. They're just in the right room,
doing
the wrong thing,
doing the wrong things.
Yeah, damn, that's some powerful stuff, man. It's true. Yeah. Now you mentioned working with other producers. What does that really look like? Okay, so working with other producers is like, it's like collaborating. So let's say, all right, we're in a room together, right? Let's say your strong suit is melody. Maybe I lack in melody. Maybe you're better at making melodies than I am. Let's say my bag is more drums. All right, bet you make some melodies. I'll put the drums to that. Then my melodies might not be as good, but like just to make it even playing field, I'll make some melodies. You put your drums on it, and we'll see like that, and we'll just critique it as we go. And it's like you just build together. With that too, it's tough because so it's like everybody wants to do drums. Yeah. Nobody wants to do melodies and stuff like that. And it's like just having chemistry with the producer. Like I know a couple producers that are really cool, and they're fire as well. You know, and they're humble, and they work, they're hungry, you know, and they just waiting for the one person just to get comfortable, and then they're on them. Like, you know, it's a doggy world out here, just like how it is being an artist. Like producers want it bad, and they're seeing how producers are getting a huge bag off of like just making beats, and it's like, you know, it's big enough for everybody to get something out here. But yeah, back to the collaborating process of things. Yeah, so they'll be like that. It'll be like, all right, melodies, boom, I'll make the melody, or we'll work on a melody together. Sometimes I like to do that too. Like, so it's not like, all right, you're just making melodies and like I'm doing drums, and you know. So I'll be like, all right, let's make a melody together. All right, what instruments you want to like to use? Then we'll go like that. Then we'll do the drums. All right, maybe I'll do 808s. You do the hi-hats. Something like that. So make it like, you know, so it's not just like, all right, I'm just doing melodies, he's doing the drums. Like drums is fun. So it's like I want you to have, you know, it's about the vibe. Like I want the vibe to be equal. You know, so it's very important. And a lot of times when you're working with producers, are you guys usually in the same room, or is it more digital?
I've done both. Digital is probably like more recently what I do now, because a lot of producers lie in the same city as me.
Of course.
But I feel like being in person is just a different vibe, like with anything. Even being in those rooms and showing artists beats, like I could send an artist the same pack on email, he'll have this, and I'll send him the same one in person and play it for him. It'll be a different reaction.
Damn.
Because like your energy, that's part of production too. I learned that from Diddy. Like just like, you know, getting the artist involved, like making feel like, yo, you hear that? Like that matters. Like energy matters. You know, I'm just saying, oh yeah, here's a drive. Listen to this. All right, cool. It could be the most fire thing. They'll be like, all right, this is cool. I'm gonna record it, but you may record it a different way. If I'm there, it could be the same beat, you know?
Yeah.
Same thing with artists too. Like I send artist packs, they got it, they record it, cool. But when I'm in the room, or like sometimes like I send them beats, they'll forget about it. I'm like, bro, that pack was fire, you ain't like it? And then they'll be like, no, it's fire, bro. I just haven't really got to it. I come in person, I play the beat, same beats. Wait, when you make this? I sent that to you, man. So it's just like, it's the vibe, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of times too, before sessions, I'll just wait. I won't send beats. Like they'll be blowing my phone. Yo, bro, unless you're in a different city. I'll be like, yo, they'll be like, yo, bro, send me beats. And it's hard too, cause like nowadays I work with a lot of artists, so it's hard cause it's like I have to like please everybody. And sometimes I'll be tired cause I'm like, all right, like 5 beats for you, boom, boom, boom. You're working on the project. All right, cool. I gotta get this done. Then I gotta feed her so she feels good. Then it's like, I work like that, so it's like, all right, boom. Like, if I send you beats, then I send someone else beats. It's like, all right, cool. While they're working on beats, you probably send me some songs back. I can hear some songs. Then it's like everything is coming back together. Like, I get songs, someone else is working on songs. Then I give you the review on those songs. You get those songs back. He sends me songs. So it's never stopping. But it's just tough, it's tough. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, you mentioned you feel like you have to please everybody.
Yeah.
So at times, do you feel like you have to set boundaries with certain artists?
No, I mean, not necessarily. Boundaries and like what sense? What you mean?
Like, you'll be like, yo, send me the beats, and then you just gotta be like, no. Like, you just gotta be like straight up like, nah, like I am not. The magic's gonna happen when you get to my place.
Nah, I never really did that before.
Okay.
Usually when they send me beats, a lot of times people really ask me for beats and like it's like I haven't sent them beats in a while, but like I'm like, all right, I got you, or like, all right, I'm working on something like even now like. I'm supposed to send Yaya a pack of beats. I'm gonna send you them beats, but it's like she understands. Like I'll be like she'll be like, yo, you got beats from me? I'll be like, yo, I'm working on a pack for you, like solely you. I just need like a couple of days. She'll respect it. She's not gonna be like, yo, like where my fucking beats at? Like she's not gonna do that.
Gotcha.
No one's gonna do that. But like they respect, just like how I respect them, their process. I don't rush them when we're making a song.
Yeah.
Like there's times where like, all right, we have like a minute and a half of a song. I understand good things take time. Like you can't rush it, the process. So it's like by you making me rush, you're just risking a bad batch of beats, So it's like I don't want to rush you. Like yo, like it's a snippet. When are we gonna be done with the song? And it's like, like you have that mindset. Like all right, line needs the song, so let me just hurry up and finish it. And it's like no, I want you to take your time.
Yeah,
The
more time it takes, the more likely it's gonna come out good.
Yeah,
give yourself time.
Or like I feel like sometimes too long is bad too. But it's just like a timely fashion.
Yeah.
So.
You mentioned being in these networks, continuing to expand on being authentic and then just putting yourself in the right position for success. Where do you see yourself living and continuously producing? Like, do you see yourself moving more down south to Miami or staking like to this area? Where do you see that magic actually happening with success?
You said in the future, right? New York's home. I see myself like living in Manhattan or something, like a loft or something like that, or like in Jersey, it's a place called Edgewater. It's like you can see like the whole skyline of New York.
Like Hoboken?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I would say like over there, and it's like I'm close to home, but I'm not at home, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to go, I can. It's 20 minutes.
Yeah. Right to the Bronx.
So, but I don't know. I feel like. Even now, like when I work with my artists back home in New York, like shout out to CGG West. When I work with Bro, I always like a lot of times like I said, this goes back to what we were saying before. Like he wants beats, I'm gonna send you beats, but it's like some beats is like yo, like I know the vibes gonna be different when we're in person. Like sometimes it's to the point where it's like all right, I'll fly there just to get a session with you like for a weekend.
Damn.
And like we'll lock in. Sometimes I can't fly, so it's like all right, we'll FaceTime. We have a lot of FaceTime sessions, so it's like you can kind of see my body language. Like yo, like oh yeah, it's vibe. And that's the beauty of like technology, But I don't know. I mean, New York's always been home. I always go like probably like twice a month, So, but it's good to like go to new places. Miami is also a place I like, but I'm just not really used to it. I don't really like the heat like that. I don't like the heat. But I'm definitely an East Coast kid for sure. I don't see myself really going West Coast like that. I want to definitely like visit, but like to live, probably like New York, Jersey.
I see.
I say like full
so
time.
sticking to your roots.
Yeah, definitely. I would say that. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And for people like that want to find you, learn more about you, what's the best way of connecting with you?
Y'all can follow me on Instagram at LaniLeveled, LaniLeveled, and my Twitter is the same handle as well. I'm not really active on there as much as I need to be, but But that's another thing too. Like I'm really like a producer. Like, I just like to stay out the way, make beats, do my thing. But like I just like to, as part of the like territory. Like you have to learn to, all right, like this is part of like making music as well too. Like interacting with people and So that's what I try to do nowadays.
Well,
it's a challenge, but
yeah, but I see the success in your future, man. It sounds like you got a good roadmap. You got your head on the right path.
Yeah,
just got to keep it going.
Nah, I appreciate that. I'm trying, trying, humbling. humble.
Well, I'd love to see it, man. And hey, it's been a pleasure interviewing you today,
course,
man. I hope you had a really good time.
I did. I enjoyed it. Thank you again for having me. You know, I appreciate it.
Of course. But yo, this wraps up our time.
Yeah.
If you guys like what you saw, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll be catching you guys on the next one. Peace out. And that's that, dog.
Appreciate it, man. I wasn't too nervous.
No, not at all, bro.
It's the righteous vigilante Jamon Creek, and you're tuning in to Minds Wide Open. Hey, yo, check it out. This is mainstream, never mainstream. You're tuning in to Minds Wide Open Media.
Shout out to the Florida Vibe Directory.
I was trying to laugh.
You're now listening to the best playlist in South
Yeah,
Florida.
I was trying not to laugh. Oh my God, son.
We could have sampled it.